Okay, just had to do some shameless shilling. But now that that's done, yeah, this is all my latest updates to Desktop X. Got a working music player. It treats a folder as a playlist. So it'll just kind of, if you have a folder filled with music, it'll just keep playing the next song until you hit stop. Yeah, pretty dope. And then, as you saw, I have that party mode, which allows you to kind of have a little dance floor pop up. It can be kind of slow, at least on first load. It can. I'll try and look into what's causing that, and then maybe I can get it to speed up for the next time. Theater mode dims the entire room and gets rid of all the floating particles. You can watch on the big screen. Or you can just full screen it. The movie right here, by the way, is Gamer. If you haven't seen it, amazing movie. Came out in 2009. Definitely recommend watching it. It also has, not full, but I'll say for now, because the plan is to have kind of a full use of your desktop. So for the most part, any like multimedia files should work, from 3D models, GIFs, videos, music, should all be doable. This pesky little notepad does absolutely nothing. I will change that. I'm going to look and see if there's a way I can get something like Notepad++. If not, whatever. Maybe I'll change it to like a sticky note, and then you can just type things and paste it around the room or something. Something will come out of that, but pretty much everything else is pretty much functional. This I haven't fully implemented yet because you need to put a API key, and so that probably won't go live until I actually have a place to host everything properly. I just basically I want to be able to have the full functions. Right now this just has the Ethereum, and you need to have an API key of your own to use it, but I already have everything set up for ChainLens. It's a different app that I've created. Here I can bring that up here just in case you haven't seen it. But that is this. So basically it'll have all of this functionality, just the scanner. Everything else I'll leave out of it. Maybe profile. Maybe there's a way I can have it so you can log into your ChainLens like account sort of deal. And then you can just kind of one-click scan my wallets, whatever, and then have everything pop up. And it's basically just going to be the NFTs and the tokens. I don't want it to have like the full functionality, because that would be a massive file if I went and did that. And it's already big enough. There's like 6,000 lines of code or something in Desktop X, and then there's like another 4,000 or so in ChainLens. So, and that's just the index file. But anyway, it would be quite a large file if I did absolutely everything that's in ChainLens. So the idea is basically you're just going to put in your wallet address or hit the scan my profile, whatever, and you'll just have your NFTs pop up. And I'm hoping what I can do is just like how if I go like this, and I don't know, let's just do this, and how it has all that pop up. The idea is that your NFTs will pop up in the same kind of way. I am also going to probably add like a preview plane to all of these, so that you can actually see what the image is before you click it. And then if you click it, you'll have this little preview, which, I mean, if you wanted to, you could just kind of do some picture-in-picture mode. I don't know why you would, but if you wanted to, you could. Or you can, you know, pin it. And anything that you pin, you can just kind of place on the wall. You also can click X and you can get rid of the snap, and then you can kind of place it wherever you want it. You can also hold down Control and then scroll up or down to change the size. If you don't hold Control and you scroll, you can very easily just pop it, you know, forward and, you know, or further and closer. The border, I had fixed at one point. I did an update and it broke again, so I'll have to fix that. But if you were to like go click here and export your save file, by the way, the save file I'm pretty sure is just for if you move icons. So if for whatever reason you don't like this layout and you decide to change it up and place them elsewhere or whatever, and then you hit the save button, it'll just kind of save the layout. I think the files would still end up popping right here, no matter where you put the icons or whatever, but yeah, that's that. Also, if you didn't want to do the clicking there and you just wanted to do it in more of a traditional desktop mode, you can totally just click on open folder and go select a folder. Let's say, I don't know, let's do a different picture. Let's do this one. And then click allow, and boom, it'll now load those ones. Yeah, and that'll work with anything. You know, here, let's 3D model, characters, select, and allow. Boom, and now you have the 3D models, which also have a little preview plane. I don't know why this feature is backwards like this, but anyway, and then you can pin it. And then you can drag and drop it wherever you want it. There is one little bug here. If you have snap on and you place a 3D model, it does that. So right now you do have to turn the snap off in order to use it properly. I will fix that, but yeah, that's one thing to note. And if you place a 3D object and you don't want it anymore, you can double click it and unpin it, and then it is gone. Anything that you pin and you want to save so in this spot so that it's here the very next time, same thing, you just go down to that little settings. By the way, tab is what brings you in between these two modes here. So walk mode, as you can see in the top corner there, top right corner, and then you hit tab. Now you're in desktop view, and then you can go down here to your little taskbar and click on settings, and you can export your JSON. Now the more 3D models that you throw in here will definitely increase the size of your save file, and it will affect the loading times. There isn't too much I can do on that front. It is a single HTML file after all, and as you can see, it is taking quite some time just to get the pop-up here. Did it pop up and I clicked? Yeah, okay, so it did pop up. I just clicked escape by accident. Anyway, and then you would save it. Now, if you want it to load automatically every time, if you're running it locally, you want to have your save.json in the same spot. I'm not going to actually overwrite it, but you want to have it in the app folder beside the HTML. So if I were to switch this to all files, you want it to be in this same exact folder as your HTML, and then it'll load automatically. And if you don't, it'll just load the default save .json. I also recommend doing a backup of this, maybe just like copy paste it and then create a copy and then save over the other one. That way, if anything were to happen or something doesn't load correctly, you can at least get the original save. You could also just click clear, I think. Let me test to make sure it actually works. Okay, that's not doing what it's supposed to. That's fine. I will fix that in the future too. That button should remove everything, but it doesn't. That's fine. Again, I can fix that later. But yeah, that's a brief little rundown of how to use Desktop X. It is available on GitHub if you want to run it yourself. And this is the README that'll go with pretty much everything here. It's fairly easy to run, in all honesty. Now, for the YouTube functions, right now, it technically does work, but I don't think... Here, let's just... I don't think it's going to work if I run it locally. Yeah, if I run it locally, it will not work. I have the API set to only run off my Natilify at the moment. So if you wanted to just kind of give it a try without downloading anything, you could always go to Natilify. There's also a chance I might have ran out of credits, and this might not. Yeah, this team has exceeded the credit limit. Okay, so yeah, I'm still getting used to Natilify here. I might end up changing this, but I do like how fast it is. But let's see here. It's so weird because I had all these credits, and I thought that they were just specifically for the AI agent, like if I wanted to use this feature here. No, that was not the case. But anyway, so now there is a stark difference that I do need to clear up. Down here, where the Desktop X button is, there's a nice little glow around the button, and it actually works. But if you go to the Natilify version, for some reason it doesn't load correctly. I'm not sure what exactly is causing that. Might be something to do with the transparent background. I might just have to fix the file that I have in there, which is fine. So again, you can load your save file. The save file should be somewhat universal. So no matter if you're using it on the Natilify version or a local version or whatever, the same JSON file will basically be your world, your room. So in a way, you could even share your room with other people just by posting the save file, and then people could see what you've built. So if you have a shitload of 3D models or whatever, and you want to fill up a room and maybe like kind of create a level, again, it is open source right here on GitHub, so you can do whatever you want with it. You can fork it, create your own version of it, edit the code, whatever. I don't care. That's the whole point of the open source. Now, I probably won't let anyone update the official version that I have set up. But again, you are more than welcome to fork it, make it whatever you want. You might even find out some things that I didn't and unlock some cool potential. I'm always down to check it out. And I mean, if anything does become like good enough, I would be willing to allow people to contribute to the original. I just think for now, I'll just kind of keep it the way it is. As a nice little blank slate for people to build upon. I mean, and also, in the future, I plan on adding somewhat of a multiplayer sort of thing. But the way I want it to work is not something that I'm not 100% sure it is capable of doing exactly what I want it to do. But the idea would be like, I don't know, you host a server, maybe the app is hosted somewhere online, whatever, and then the files here would be unique to each person. So you would have access to your computer in a shared environment. That would be kind of the idea. And if you want to like make a shared world together, then someone can go into their computer, find their 3D models and images and whatever, put it on a wall, and then someone else can do the same thing on another wall, or whatever, you know, whatever you guys want to do. Co-create a whole room together, and then maybe save the JSON file for you each to use, and then, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to just, you know, you can both see the files once they're pinned in the world, but everything in the desktop area would be separated per user, so that you're not accessing someone else's files, obviously. Because if I invited someone here, I wouldn't want them to be able to go through my computer necessarily. So it'd be kind of cool if whatever I do here only shows up for me. So only I could see this file pop up, and then someone else can simultaneously use it at the same time as me and scroll their computer and boom, pin it, whatever, and then go move it somewhere in the room. That's an idea, anyways. Yeah, I hope y'all like it. It's a long time coming. Lots of customization. And I do plan on doing more with it. Absolutely, oh, excuse me, absolute massive amount of work went into creating this. Oh, and just to show you, I wasn't kidding when I said, like, so 2,000 lines of code and we're not even halfway yet. Yeah, 6,359 lines of code, and this pretty much is a single file thing. There's technically image files that are outside of it now, but originally it was just going to be an HTML, and then I was going to put some base 64 in there so that I can embed the image properly. However, it didn't really work out because AI seem to not like base 64, or at least dealing with base 64, and it takes so much longer, and like 9 times out of 10 it'll fail on the prompt. I kind of found this out by accident by using it in this code, and I think it was only 2,000 lines of code, but there was the same base 64 image twice in here. There was one for the actual start menu button, and then when you open the start menu, it was there again at the top. And for whatever reason, just having those long strings of base 64 code were like really screwing with the AI. Like they really did not like it. They did not want to complete the task at all. As soon as it got to the part where it would read the base 64 string, it would just immediately choke and give up. It told me that it was too long and whatever. Anyway, so I had to take those out and just kind of go with a simple PNG for Desktop X here. And that ended up working out, in all honesty, so. But yeah. Again, it's fully open sourced. Go check it out. I've detailed as much as I could here. There's a little bit of Halo lore in there for you. And it does also work with controller, by the way. It's supposed to work with PlayStation and Xbox. However, I can only seemingly get it to work with my Xbox. I don't know if it's a browser thing or whatever, but yeah, that was one issue I had. So if you have a PlayStation controller, I do apologize if it doesn't work. mouse and keys and an Xbox controller work fine. I'll try and figure that out. Again, it could just be a browser thing, so if it does work for you, let me know. And if you want to check out the other things I'm working on, you can go to github.com/m2af, and you can see I have Desktop X, Chain Lens, and I have a basically a stream chat app that I made, and that is right here. So it's supposed to have Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Abstract, and Discord all built in. And just to show you what I mean, for Discord, oh, I guess it doesn't want to move. In my link below, by the way, but in my Discord server here, you can go to the channel called Stream Chat, and I'll just put a little simple hi, and look at that, immediately it popped up. So yeah, that's something you can do if you'd like. I think YouTube is actually the only one right now that does not work. Oh, also, this is like a 2-in-1 sort of thing. So one thing I've noticed with other chat apps is you have to go to like a separate, either like a website or have a separate overlay or whatever in order to get this type of function. But as you can see, the chat on the screen that you can see in the top corner there actually is this same exact app. This little UI button hides it to look like that, and you can play around with these sliders and change the color to change the, okay, wait, what do I have this set to? 155. Okay, so if you want, you can change the text size, and you can make the background more invisible. Now it's gonna look white here. Sorry if that flashbanged you, but yeah, it'll look white there because I'm this part doesn't support invisible, but it is an HTML file, and when you do that here, it does support the invisibility. Oh, so you can go right click it, go interact, and then again, so the exact same app. You want to change anything about it, and then hide the UI, and then you have a nice chat window. And yeah, that's that one there. And then Chain Lens, as you saw earlier. Did I close it? Oh, I closed it. But just in case you haven't seen it, you can do Google, Discord, multiple wallets from Cardano, Solana, EVMs. You can do multiple wallet addresses per chain. And then once you have it all set up, by the way, this uses Privy and Supabase. So now we go scan my wallet. This part can take a bit, especially if you have a lot of stuff in your wallet, and if you have multiple addresses, because it is going to use multiple APIs and do this whole calling, and then it kind of just pops everything all at once. So nothing's kind of like slowly loading one by one or anything like that. You just get the whole shebang. It can be slow at times. Again, it is a free tier API, so I don't expect too much. Sometimes they get stuck like this. There's not too much I can do right now on a free tier. I'm sure if I were to actually like pay for it or whatever, this would probably run a lot better. But I am broke, so that won't be happening anytime soon. If I knew a way to monetize this, then maybe. But for now, it's just free use. Works with everything though, and if you want to see which chains are supported, these little arrows here, I mean Cardano, this will probably be UTXO in the future, and you'll probably see like Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever. Solana will probably be by itself. And then here's all your EVM chains. ETH, Base, Polygon, Avalanche, Optimism, Arbitrum, Abstract, Blast, Zora, Ape Chain, Sonium, Ronin, World Chain, Gnosis, Hyper EVM, and Monad. All supported. So that's just the NFT view. If you want, you can also switch to list instead of grid, whatever you like. You can click on it to get... Now, sometimes the metadata loads, sometimes it doesn't. I think it depends on the NFT. Like, one I know definitely works was this one. So, like, for the most part, it does work. Yeah, all the ETH ones definitely do work. EVM, whatever. Solana looks like it works, so it might even just be right now Cardano, but I swear I've had some Cardano ones work. I just don't remember which ones do and which ones don't. Oh, wait, no. Was it this one? No. Anyway, I know some of them do work, I just don't remember which ones. God damn. Looks like a majority of them definitely don't. That's crazy. Okay, anyway. I'm not going to click this one because it will break my app and I don't know why. In fact, I might even just hide it, which is another feature. You can block and hide. So if you see like junk shit popping up, you can just get rid of it. Now let's go to tokens, hit list. I'll probably add a hide button just, you know, for anyone who might want that, whatever. You can search by value, you can search by chain priority. There's a long story behind why this is like this. Most people, no offense to Cardano, but most people probably won't even have Cardano assets, but it is at the top for those who do. Anyway. You can also view all your most recent transactions. This, I believe, none of these will affect the transaction. This will just always be the most recent at the top and the oldest at the bottom. Look, it's back as 2021, and it has everything. Ethereum, Base, Polygon, Cardano, Solana. But yeah, it has everything for the most part. There are certain transactions that will not pop up, usually the ones that were returning a question mark because it wasn't really a purchase, but instead like a wallet signing. They do technically pop up in the transactions, but I have them set to hide those because they're kind of not important, and it just looks kind of ugly seeing a bunch of question marks where there could be the proper data like the pricing. So yeah, that's that. The swap tab is actually going to be completely surgically removed from here, and it's going to be replaced with a app store. All the widgets broke on me except for somehow Dex Hunter and Simple Swap, but Jupiter and Uniswap, they for whatever reason just stopped working one day. First it was Uniswap and then it was Jupiter. I don't know what happened. But apparently they will refuse to connect now all of a sudden. Weird if you ask me. Then there's the market tab provided by CoinGecko and Binance, and you can basically so it says CoinGecko here, Binance there, so it aggregates all the data to try and give you the most accurate. There's also some backup data providers just in case, but for the most part you'll see CoinGecko and Binance information. I found this to be the least bias. I went with CoinGecko instead of CoinMarketCap because CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance, so if I did Binance and CoinMarketCap, you'd just basically have the same data provider. At least with CoinGecko and Binance, it's two separate providers. There's no bias here. I find that to be more along the lines of truth, in my opinion. But yeah. So that's everything right now. I'm probably going to make this also more customizable. I'm pretty sure right now it just uses I can't remember, but I want to say it's Discord's information, or it could be Google's. I think this uses Google's. I can't remember, but it's one or the other. Actually, yeah, it's Google, looking at my Discord profile. So it'll just use that and fill this in automatically. I think when you're first setting it up, you can change it. I can't remember now. Oh, you can change it right now. It's just hidden. Oh, I gotta fix that. There should be like a little pencil logo or something right here. I could have sworn. So yeah, if you wanted to, you can also just make it whatever you want. And I do wish that would let me change my picture. I also gotta change that. I'll make sure that you can actually just change this and this, and make it more clear that you actually can do that, because I didn't realize it was actually hidden there. But yeah, welcome to Chainlands. Oh, actually, real quick, one thing I did, I don't know who's here right now. Made it look a little cleaner and nicer and custom. I think it looks nice anyway. But yeah, take a look at everything I'm building. Make sure you leave a little star on whatever repository you like. It does really help me out, and I do appreciate it. Anyways, for now, let us get into... Wait, what? Oh. Let's get into some gaming. What are we gonna play today? Not gonna lie, I do feel like doing some Forza. The new Forza should be coming out real soon. That'll be good. This is Sam Peterl. I might jump into some super tripping a little bit too. Did it like freeze? Retro wave or modern horizons. Well, I don't like the Mustang, so I guess I'll vote the other one. I just traded paint with that guy. Love this car. Goddamn. It just drives so nice. This is Sandpit Turtle. Okay. This thing's actually a really good drift car, but I'm looking. I want some speed right about now. This Corvette is no joke. This thing is very nice. Oh, hell yeah. Ooh, I made 1,000,000 points with this? Let's go. I think it's my first time getting 1,000,000 points in a long time. Wow. My controller. It fucking died. Man, I love how my Xbox controller gives me no warning before it dies. It's fucking awesome. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great. Oh, they might not be on Xbox. It might be a Steam or a PlayStation player. I was gonna try and send him a message and be like, hey, I'm gonna hop off now, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, they don't have an Xbox thing. Okay. Well, that's gay, because they don't have fucking proper... Whoa, what the... What? Say word. I've never seen that before. That's pretty dope. Alright, I'll do this one last little mountain run with him, and then I'll probably hop off. Damn, so close to 1,000,000 with the Impala. That would have been a new record. I don't think I've gotten 1,000,000 with the Impala yet. I've gotten pretty damn good at like one-shotting this hill though. It's a really long drift zone, and so I should have done it with this on it the whole time, though. That would have been pretty lit. Oh, what? I didn't even know this was a thing. This would help so much with, like, tuning. What the hell? Oh, what? There's even a full damage thing? I wish I knew about this. I've had this game for years and I've never... It even tells me what gear I'm in and everything. Okay, he already left? That's perfect. I was going to do it anyway, so didn't want to feel bad. Alright, I'll be back.